I can assure you that the standard to which they hold themselves on the football field
Okay,
far
folks, here we go.
exceeds
Week
that
4 of the
imposed by any
season.
fan.
Troy
Please
Trojans
be
versus Thrall
please be
Tigers here
respectful
from
of their
Trojan
decision.
Field. It's about 7:07. So we'll be ready for kickoff here in about 22 minutes.
Well, Brett, we were up here at junior high games last night. We were saying, hey, by 7:30, weather shouldn't be too bad. Plus, we have a nice breeze out of a bit of breeze out of the south. So I had to rephrase that bit of breeze. There was something we were doing earlier. But anyway, so it's not going to be bad.
It's not going to be bad at all. It's the last game of the summer, technically. Fall starts officially on Sunday, so we get a chance here before fall officially hits to match our win total from last year. Trojans ended up 4-6 in the 2023 campaign, so looking to match that before non-district's even over this year. And it's a doable. It's doable for sure, but just in watching Thrall warm up, it seems like it's one of the bigger teams we've played. Just size-wise, looking at some of their skill players too, they look a little more bulky than some of the ones we've faced. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Again, as Kyle mentioned, we were up here watching the junior high games last night, and even their junior high runs a spread offense, and you can tell that the quarterback system, probably 7th grade through varsity, is in good spirits over in Thrall. They had 2 really good quarterbacks in their 7th A and 8th grade A teams yesterday. Especially, I would say, their 7th grade A quarterback looks like a natural back there in the pocket. So we'll see what the varsity has in store. But that being said, our junior high teams came on top rather easily in both affairs. I believe junior high won 22-6, or 7th grade A won 22-6, or 22-8. Yes. And then 8th grade A was 28-6. But that being said, they were still competitive games throughout. So we'll see how tonight plays out, but I imagine it to be very much the same. We'll see if we can continue the momentum on offense. Again, the Trojan offense was not stymied at all last week. I believe 7 for 7 offensive series and touchdowns.
8 for 8.
8 for 8. That's right. 8 for 8. And seamless, like never even really had to overcome much adversity within those drives. And then defense stepped up when it needed to. We talk about big players making big plays in big games, and a lot of that is just situational football. And I would say the big thing, and similar in a game tonight, complementary football. Like that's what I think we really want to hone in these last 2 non-district games before we get tested with Franklin to kind of kick off district play here in a few weeks. Is complementary football. We know we can put points on the board from the offensive side, and that puts pressure on the defense to I think a lot of people would say it would take pressure off the defense knowing you have such a potent offense on your side, but they're on the field so many times. Like outside of the Hillsborough game where we were just limited in terms of number of possessions and total snaps, Salado was a ton of possessions. Last week was a ton of possessions, and I get a feeling that tonight we're going to see the ball several times, which means defense is going to have several opportunities to show what they're made of, and they did last week. Their play when Rogers had the ball on 1st and goal opportunities was very impressive, and something that I think they needed to see. There was one time where they started, I believe, 1st and goal from the 1 or 2 yard line and did not get any points that possession. That was one of the stops we had. So we'll see if the defense can continue to get very strategic stops, and then also just to get used to playing a team with a spread offense, which is what we're going to encounter in most cases outside of Franklin, who's going to kind of mix it up a little bit. So Rogers was a great opportunity last week. To deal with a lot of that misdirection on offense, always keeps you guessing. But it's kind of good to have that rivalry game behind us with a win.
Oh, yes. We've noticed there's a lot of games of interest that we just want to keep track of. So Brett was talking about past wins, Hillsborough, Salado, Rogers. There's some interesting games tonight that we're going to be trying to get some halftime scores on, but we have Salado and Academy matching up. We also have Rogers and Whitney matching up. So I'm curious to see the results of some of these games. And then another game of interest with a district opponent is going to be Franklin. I believe it's the number 1 4A ranked team in the state. They're going to be playing Salina, yes. And
at a neutral field.
At a neutral field, but talk about stepping up the competition, but that's one of the things I know they said it's been hard for Franklin to find non-district opponents. So they have to move up a classification and play the number 1 ranked team in that classification. But anyway, Brett mentioned earlier also, junior high did come out on top in 7A and 8A games. Thrall did not have a B team, so we did not have those games. But freshmen fell short at Hutto.
They're never seen or heard.
Our JV came out victorious at Thrall. I believe it was 27-6. So we're going to wrap up the series this week playing Troy against Thrall, and we're hoping to come out with a victory and move to 4-0. One thing, Brett talked about watching Thrall warm up. They got some big guys out there, and you can just tell. A lot of times you can look at a team just the way they handled themselves in pregame. You can tell sort of what they could be like, and they were actually really impressive. Thing is, they come into the game with a 3-0 record also, so we got an undefeated matchup tonight. Thrall will be in the white with the purple numerals. I think their helmets were purple as well. Troy will be in the maroon jerseys, white pants, and the maroon helmets. But we're fixing to get to the pregame festivities, but at this time, everybody probably knows it was posted, and before I was going to do anything, I reached out to the family. Everyone knows last night in the freshman game, we had a Trojan football player that took a pretty serious injury, Jeremiah Itel. Like I say, I got with his dad, Jason, today, known him for a long time. I said, we just want to extend our thoughts and prayers. And he was coming out with information. So I asked him if he minded we said anything. He said, please do. But we're going to have the Maroon Platoon coming through, and then I'll get right back to my story.
Please direct your attention to the scoreboard located at the north end zone. It is sponsored by Majestic Homes and the Pit Stop. We'd like to thank Mack Pike, Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge, who sponsors the play clock.
Well, I thought we were fixing to have the Maroon Platoon. I think they're going to be coming out. Anyway, wobble away. But anyway, just continue to send thoughts and prayers to Jeremiah Itel and the whole Itel family. He did get with me during the volleyball game. MRI results came back negative. They all look good. So he was being released. So great news. But continue the thoughts and prayers. A really scary situation, but we're glad everything seems to be working out all right. I hope he's watching the game, and we'll be thinking about you the whole game. Good luck, Jeremiah.
Really quick, we're going to get to just a couple announcements. I want to announce this on behalf of TEEF. Once again, the Troy Education Enhancement Foundation is a proud supporter of Troy ISD staff and students. Their next fundraiser is October 5th, so that's coming up fast, at Seton Star Hall. For more information, please stop by the TEEF table near the Athletic Booster Club wagon at home games. They have a quilt, raffle tickets, and tickets for the TEEF dinner and complimentary drawing available. You can get more information at the TEEF booth. Thank you for your support of Troy ISD. For ones not at the game, tickets may be requested at TEEF teeftroy@gmail.com, or you may text 254-541-3856, or go to Facebook via Troy Education Enhancement Foundation. And also, I just want to shout out that we have the Troy X Students annual luncheon coming up the third Saturday in October, Saturday, October 19th, and we'll have more information over that during halftime.
My name is Salem Feldenstein. I'm a junior at Troy High School. Please bow your head at this time. Dear Lord, we thank you for bringing us together today. Watch over us players, coaches, and fans, and keep us safe from injury. Help us to play with good sportsmanship, respect, and teamwork. Win or lose, may we honor you with our efforts and our attitude. Let our light shine before others so they may see our good deeds and glorify you, our Father in heaven. Bless the coaches and players, and may this game be played with integrity and respect. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Salem. Would you please direct your attention to the east side of the field, where the Thrall High School Band will play the Tigers' school song. Thank you. Now the mighty Trojan Marching Band and the Troy High School song. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please be seated? The national anthem will be played when the teams return to the field. Fans are invited to form a victory line from the exit from the field house to the entrance to the playing field.
Okay, Thrall's coming out of the locker room here. Looks like we're still in the field house, so we'll be out here in a couple minutes. Just really quick, let me finish the announcement for Troy X students. So the third Saturday, that'll be Saturday, October 19th. We'll gather here at the high school commons. It's the annual meeting. Hope to see all the Troy alum out, as many as possible. We'll have lunch at about 11:30 that morning, the annual meeting to follow at 1 o'clock. Tudor's Barbecue is catering, and you can get a plate for $13. And we'll also be doing a fifth quarter out at the Troy United Methodist Church tonight following the game. So whenever the game wraps up here, we will open doors out there. I'll be hightailing it as soon as this is over to get out there, and hope to see middle school and high school students representing out there tonight. Thrall takes the field. I'm trying to do kind of a quick head count, but they seem to be a smaller squad here. I don't think they are going to have as much suited up as we will. And again, Thrall has just jumped up a classification this year, so they were in 2A last year. Now they're in 3A Division II, but they're growing fast. If you've been out 79 recently, you've seen a lot of that Samsung expansion is headed out that way. But here comes Troy walking across the track, gathering in the tunnel. And we'll watch them come out and do the anthem, and then we'll get started here.
Oh, Brett, I just noticed it looked like it was going to be a little light at first, but the crowd's filling in nicely, and plus we still got Summit Volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot get over that homecoming crowd last week. And the people,
nice.
The fans are so knowledgeable. And
here
I mean,
come the Trojans and head coach Tommy Brashear. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise? To honor America and to recognize the men and women who keep it the land of the free and the home of the brave, the mighty Trojan Band, under the direction of Mr. Rustin Honeycutt, and our national anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. The flag at the north end of the field was raised by McKinley Gostisell and Grayson McMurtry.
So we have the captains about to walk out to midfield for the coin flip. For Troy, we have Reed Ketchum, Marshall Hall, Wesley Hill, and Peyton Valdez leading the way, with the rest of the team walking out to the numbers.
McAllister, number 50, Trace Riggs,
Brett,
and number 60,
I
Travis.
really love that maroon jersey,
For the
white
Troy
pants.
Trojans,
I
number
think that
1,
looks sharp.
Reed Ketchum, number 2, Peyton Valdez, number 11,
I don't know. For some
Wesley
reason, I'm
Hill,
partial to the
and
all
number
white. I like the.
62,
It looks a little more
Mark
sleek.
On the road.
On the road, yes.
Good, but for home, instead of having a solid maroon, I like that breakup with the white.
I like the maroon because it means we're at home defending our own turf, which tonight's going to be a suitable test for us. So let's see.
Todd.
Thrall won the toss and will receive at the south end zone.
Looks like we won the toss and deferred, so Thrall will receive first.
Trojan fans, are you ready for some football? Tiger fans, are you ready for some football?
Go now!
Let's play ball.
I want to say Rogers had more here last week, but that's a pretty good turnout still for Thrall.
Yeah, and we've talked about it. I was
Mic
talking
check,
with you.
testing, 1, 2.
Thrall's going to be the next place to really start booming, sort
Yeah.
of like Hutto and Taylor have.
If you've
It's
been
just-
out on 79,
yes.
like that Samsung plan and Taylor is just, it's pushing that growth out there. So Thrall's going to end up being in a district with, we talked about it earlier, with Rogers and Lexington, who seems to be for real this year.
Yes.
And remember, that's a team, though, that last year we beat here in the second game of the season.
Right.
But here we go. Tinoco and the kickoff team marches out to the field. We'll be
Brett.
kicking off from the 40-yard line.
Real quick, before they get the kickoff, you talked about the luxury of having somebody like Tinoco. I mean, that has been a huge factor.
Relieves Reed a little bit, not having to do so much. He can focus on, like what he did last week, just perfection out with his routes and just playmaking abilities. And it continues to showcase the depth that obviously this program is trying to build. So here we go, Tinoco kicking off from the right hash, and it's going to be down the left side. It's going to be muffed at about the 20-yard line. And it looks like that was Ryder Summer there that got to him first, and they're going to, I think they kind of blew it dead there. They were actually, cool, thanks.
While
They
Brett-
actually, I think, called it, they were saying he attempted a fair catch, so they blew it dead there.
And Brett, one thing I'm wanting to watch, Thrall likes to throw the ball around, spread the field. I'm curious to see if they might have a little bit more nerves than us. They are 3-0, but they've not played quite the quality of opponents that we have. So we
That's
saw
true.
a bobble on the kick there.
And you can see our safeties are walked up here, so like, okay, now our corner's kind of backed off a little bit pre-snap.
There. Oh!
The pass was actually off. You can tell we're giving the receivers a little bit of respect and a little bit of a cushion there.
Right.
All their receivers there ran kind of like 10-yard stops, like just 10-yard hitches, just kind of pushing it downfield. Well,
But that's setting up for something later.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. We saw some really good route running by their junior high kids yesterday, too. This is going to be out in the flat.
There you go.
That was a great job. That looks like Gooch from the corner spot. Looks like he's getting the start at corner here. He's the one who kind of came and blew up that play at first, but then Dalton and
Summer.
Bogosh was out.
Bogosh.
The pursuit out to the numbers was
That's what I was
fast
going to
there.
say. But we had to fight off a couple wideouts blocking us.
Yeah. And we talked about this too. Like they're not a small team. Like look at their wideouts out there. They're not
No.
slight.
No.
Smart. Let's go.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 9. And
Oh.
Milton closed on it. Unblocked. And what I loved is he pushed through not being blocked there. Like he saw it. He saw red. And with the quarterback being right-handed like that, he was kind of in a blind spot.
So that'll bring
That was
up
a great job. That ends up being about a 15-yard loss, 14-yard loss on the play.
13.
4th and 20.
Great play, but I mean, just gobbled him up on the sack too. Like there was no way that he was going to break out of that. So great job by Milton there. We've seen something there. Like you can tell they're splitting out 2 to both sides, so they don't have anybody in to protect. We're going to have the ability to have an edge rusher. So Milton did exactly what he's supposed to do there. Milton also almost gets through there. Cohen catches it on the 48-yard line, and he's going to get around, and he has space. The wall was set up perfect. Folks, go back and look at this. Watch this over and over. 9:58 left. The wall was set up. Like, when I saw it develop and turn, first off, we almost blocked it. There was a little bit of a snafu in the back, in the end zone. Their punter gets off a decent punt, about a 45-yard punt. Cohen catches it clean, pulls it around, and I look up, and we had such a wall set that we didn't even have to block. Terrence Lucky was turned around waiting for somebody to block. There was nobody to block. Cohen walks in the end zone.
And what I like about that, Brett, another special teams touchdown. But the thing is, you notice we
and the
can
kick
block.
is up and good by Tinoco.
Those first few, we're relying on Cohen's speed to get around them, and then once he got around those, we saw the wall. We had 6 guys out there lined up.
What I love about special teams, and this is where coaching at even the special teams level matters, there's a deliberateness to every single thing we do on special teams. We're not happy with just catching, like on a kickoff return, catching at second level. We have a plan to return those.
Yes.
Our punt returns this year, it ended up being a 48-yard punt return for a touchdown. So just a little over 2 minutes off the first quarter clock, and Troy's up 7-0. Tinoco and the kickoff unit back to kick it a throw once again. So last time he kicked it to the left hash. It looks like they have a different person maybe over there now. The first one kind of muffed it on that first kickoff. So if he does it again from the right hash, what he's doing is he's kicking it in the air for a while. It allows our pursuit to get down there. And last time, I'm pretty sure it was Ryder Summer on that side over there that got down there first. We'll see. You see a lot of the defensive backs over there. You see Summer, you see Yezik. This one's kicked to the middle. It's fielded, and he's going to try to turn it up. He's going to try to turn it up. Let's see. He's brought down. Looks like that was Bogosh on the tackle, I believe.
And Tucker in on it as well.
And Tucker in on there as well. Looks like what they're trying to do, their kickoff return is kind of a wedge. They just kind of try to get behind a wedge and kind of follow it up. Again, I think this speaks to what you mentioned earlier, like they maybe haven't played the quality of opponent. They have not seen our speed.
No.
So let's see what they do here. They have trips left. It's going to be a give up the middle, and somebody hits him at the line of scrimmage. Calhoun making a mess, and that was Bogosh crashing in from the left side there. So a 2-yard pickup. Empty backfield here. Trips right. 2 split out to the left. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle.
There you go.
And Yezik comes up and gets the tackle there. Brings up a gain of 3. It's going to be 3rd and 4, and getting close to midfield here. Like Thrall might feel like this was the pressure that was on Rogers last week. Like you almost become a 4-down territory team no matter where you are on the field, knowing what we can do from an offensive standpoint. So they got a single back. They're getting their plays in from out of bounds. They're just getting set up pretty much same formation for the most part every time. That last time was an empty set. And this one's going to be another pass, and it's going to be intercepted by Valdez. And he's got room to run.
Valdez.
27-yard interception return by Valdez there. What it feels like we're doing so far is we're just staying in front of them. We're letting them go and curl or hitch or whatever they want to do in front of us, and their quarterback hasn't been super accurate unless it's been behind the line of scrimmage so far. So But again, that's Valdez's second interception of the season. So we got trips right, McMurtry in shotgun. He's going to step up into the pocket. He's going to roll right, and he's going to throw out to Terrence Lucky. There's flags in the backfield here. It looks like this is probably going to be a hold. Looks like it happened kind of in the middle of the unit, kind of as he was stepping up.
But did you see the composure, Joseph? He never gets rattled. He doesn't get happy feet. I thought he was going to pull it down and run with it.
So yeah, it's going to be holding on the offense. Oh, shot block. So it's going to be a 15-yard penalty there. So it's going to mark it back. It's going to make it 1st and 25. So not the way we want to go there. Yeah, that looked like it happened in the middle of the line. So it's going to end up being 1st down from Baxis all the way back to the 43-yard line.
First down.
We're split out with Hill and Smith to the right, both Ketchums to the left. Terrence Lucky in the backfield. He's into pass protect. And this is going to be Ketchum, who just ran kind of a flat crosser, tries to hurdle a guy. Gets all the penalty yardage back and then a little bit, so it's going to bring up about 2nd and 7 here. Oh, I'm sorry, 2nd and 1. That was a 24-yard gain here.
That'll bring up a 2nd down.
Ooh, that was just a timing route there. That was just, we're taking a shot down there into single coverage there with Smith in man-to-man coverage with the corner over there. We have trips left.
3rd down and 1.
Let's see how we kind of set up here. Looks like Hill and Smith out to the right. Both Ketchum split out to the left. Terrence Lucky splitting out there too to the left. So trips left, empty backfield, 3rd and 1. And it's just going to be a keeper up the middle. And McMurtry stays low and puts his shoulder down and picks it up easily there. 7-8 yard gain on the carry there. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. And there's just an ease with which we're moving the ball. There's a physicality to it even when we're in pass protection. And this is kind of a delayed screen. Gets it over to Cohen. I think he picked up the 1st down there.
I think so.
It's close. Okay, maybe only 9.5 yards on the the carry, or the quick screen. And this is just a give to Terrence Lucky. And it looks like he falls forward in. He got hit in the backfield there. But the line had such a good push for him that all he had to do was drive a little bit and fall forward. So Terrence Lucky in with the 2nd score of the night. Still with 7:28 left to play in the 1st quarter. Ooh, the kick is... The snap was a little low. McMurtry got it down. The kick was low too, but it goes over the crossbar there barely. So Tinoco puts us up 14-0. So we're going to cut to commercial really quick and then come back for the 3rd Troy kickoff. Okay, so here we go. 7:28 left to go in the 1st quarter. Troy up 14-0 over Thrall. Thrall's a little shell-shocked here. So let's see what they do here. And Tinoco kicks it again to the left hash. This one's actually gonna be fielded, it doesn't go out of bounds, so they have to field it there.
I know.
Yeah, that's a dangerous one because you can't just let it bounce if it and that had like a dead sinking bounce to it.
I know.
Tinoco's placement on his kicks is exactly where it needs to be.
And that receiver's looking at our gunners just flying down
Yeah.
the field, and he says he can't take a chance.
Yeah.
What if it bounces back further
Yeah.
in the field of play?
There was a good chance it was going to bounce out, just not quick enough. So he
Yes.
had to take it. Ends up with maybe a gain of 1 on the play. But here we go, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for Thrall. And it's going to be a keeper by the quarterback. And he's going to slip through, and he's going to actually have a 1st down out to his own sideline. There's a pickup of about 12 on the play.
Chance Parker carried the ball for the Eagles.
I think he's possibly their fastest player so far, their quarterback. Like, he's got some moves. He's got really good lateral speed. Like, you see that when he's running up the middle. Like, he has a really good lateral speed to kind of kick it outside. They kind of had a strong protection in there on the left there. And look, that's Milton in coverage out there, like all the way past the numbers there.
They gained 2 yards. Ball at the 41-yard line.
But yeah, that seems to be like what we're doing, like just because you have to remember this quarterback threw for 466 yards in a game already this season. So they can quick strike too, and it looks like we're just trying not to do that. It looks like that was going to be a double pass, and it is, and just a little too far.
We almost got caught looking into the backfield,
Yeah.
but we almost got
the back. Like,
Delivery incomplete. So we'll go back
and it's pretty obvious from up here because we can see how wide he's making that circle, that back when he's going out there. I mean, it's not like he's turning it upfield, but like on the field, especially like you're in cover 2 out there on the edges, like you just got to stay disciplined and not retreat off your coverage. This is going to be another keeper by the quarterback. Looks like that was going to be the first time they've tried to run an option there.
Bogosh looked
Just-
like close contact.
Yeah, Bogosh, Lopez, Rodriguez in there too.
For the Eagles, the Tigers, I'm sorry.
That's the thing too. A lot of times when you see Williams and Calhoun and Lopez Rodriguez and Garrison, if he's in there, and like all those different guys on the line, like we're not calling out their names a lot, but they're making a mess of the trenches out there. And Thrall's back to punt, but you got to be ready for this. And look, we have Cohen and Terrence Lucky back to receive here, and they are going to get a punt off, and they've got a decent punter. And this one's going to be fielded. And it looks like we're just going to cut it up, go out at the 32-yard line. So a return of about 8 or 9 on the play there. But what's so important there is you got to go over and catch that ball.
Yes.
Don't let it go back further. And the fact that you can turn that into potentially one that rolls down into the red zone versus getting 8 more yards on top of it, that flips the field.
It does. That was a good punt. By
That
the
was a good
punter.
punt. When he muffed it in the end zone and still got it out nearly to the 50, that was a good punt. Not a great result, but it was still a good punt. He almost, though, at that point, though, he outkicked his coverage.
Right.
And that's what you got to be careful with when you punt to us. Like when you kick to us, you gotta be careful. It's playing with fire when you're kicking in any part of the game to us. So we got 2 split to the right. It's going to be a counter to Lucky, and he's got plenty of room, and he just turns it on. What I love is, so the blocking was so great there at the line of scrimmage. 45-yard gain on the play. Sorry, 54-yard gain on the play by Terrence Lucky there. The play was so wide open, he didn't get touched until like he's tackled from behind there. It's another give up the middle. Looks like he's going to fall forward for about 1. The chains are still catching up to the play here.
Yeah.
But what's so cool there is the way he maneuvers in space out there when he's going right up the middle, and then he shifts left. His lateral quickness, I was talking about their quarterback last series, his lateral quickness, but then not to lose any of his speed while he's doing it. And there was only about 1 of their guys that was really trying to chase him down there. McMurtry rolls out to the right. Oh! Kind of a dangerous play there. Threw off his back foot there. Kind of got lucky to get it all the way out there.
But then yet it was almost a touchdown.
It was
pass to Reed.
it was almost a touchdown. I feel like, because what Smith and Reed ran crossing patterns there, like, I think Smith I think they, as soon as they turn back, they see that the play's kind of broken up and Mercury's having to come out. I think if Smith would have just kept going, and then it's kind of a throwback, because they're not really playing deep safeties or anything. Like, their safeties are kind of walked up. I know we're close to the end zone here, but look, I mean, this is a free play here. Oh, and just a little too high for Hill out there in the back of the end zone. But that was a free play. We're going to get 5 yards there. And we will get a full 5 yards.
The Tigers is the preliminary signal.
So it's going to bring up about 3rd and 4 on the play. And I haven't kept track. I know we'll probably get to some stats at halftime, but I love the balance of our offense.
Yes.
Run the ball, pass the ball. That keeps the defense on their toes.
So we'll move the ball to the...
And I don't think we have many tells from offense. Like, it's not like we're going to go out and we're going to run that counter on 1st down, or we're very happy to pass on 1st down. Terrence Lucky in the backfield, Mercury in shotgun, and it looks like we move, so we're going to give that 5 yards right back. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 here.
We have a flag on the field.
Yeah, we had a couple guys sort of leaning, trying to stay down, but coming out of their stance.
And part of that, though, too, is just the not getting set like that. And, like, I'm okay giving one of those up every once in a while. It's the tempo in which we're running. We're running with the tempo we want to run with, which is pretty quick. Like, on a 40-second play clock, like, we're looking at getting, if we're not getting it off with 25 left on the play clock, it feels like we're kind of behind in terms of what we're trying to get out there. And I love this, too. If you see Coach Smith down there on the numbers, out on the field, talking to Hill and Ketchum and Smith and Mercury, calling this out specifically. We have trips right, so something's gonna, looks like we're doing something over here. And look, we're outnumbered here. We need to, oh, no, they got us in the backfield. I feel like we had it overloaded there. We had trips right, and they really didn't move anybody else over in the secondary. Let's see. It looks like we're going to kick this here. Yeah, Tinoco's going out there with a tee. So what is this going to end up being here? This is going to be a 34-yard field goal. So snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is low. Kind of like the last PAT, a little low coming off the tee. And this is where defense has to step up again. You don't want to give them any sense of hope this game. And then also, like, for a defense that is growing, we've talked about how many underclassmen they have out there starting and how much depth we play with too. It's a team win if you can pitch a goose egg. Like, hold on to this as long as you can against an undefeated team who's known for putting points on the board. Like, this is something you want to kind of be able to hang your hat on here. So let's see. You see, Dalton was walking up, but then he backed off, and it's a give, and that's Summer taking him down there. That's a decent-sized back coming at him there.
They do have some size.
From up here, and I know we're in the stands, like, they don't seem to have the speed that, say, Hillsborough or really Hillsborough had, but they seem to be one of the bigger, if not the biggest team we've played so far. Williams doing a great job there. Williams pushed his man back, made the read, and then just forced the quarterback in, and then there was help there to bring him down. Great job by Williams there. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7.
Third down and 7.
And the last thing they want to do is punt again. Like, especially a 3 and out after their defense had held us. And Milton comes in and looks like he was almost going to get out there. And they're going to, that was a good route by their receiver. He runs past the chains, comes back for it. That's the best pass I think I've seen their quarterback make so far. And again, that's what you do if you're then throw to your sideline over there when you need it on 3rd and long, and they picked it up. So they picked it up by a yard. That'll move the chains, bringing up 1st and 10 for Thrall. But again, just in watching the defense here, it looks like we're we're just trying to sit back and play that coverage on top of them, let them run any sort of underneath route they want to.
Mark off 15 yards against the Trojans and give the
So a 15-yard penalty is going to move it out almost to midfield here. It's going to move it all the way out to the Thrall 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
That time, I don't know if you caught it, but Milton comes again, and they picked it up. They had a back in there that time to pick it up. And he still almost pushed through it to put pressure on the quarterback. This is going to be a quarterback keeper around to the left. And Dalton chases him down, but not until a gain of 8 on the play.
On the quarterback keeper, Aiden Dalton on the stop for the Trojans.
Hey, let's go!
Put the ball at the 40.
Yeah, they're number 4. Their quarterback is
47-yard
seems like he's kind of the biggest playmaker they have at this point. But now they're playing downhill here on this side of the 50. 2nd and 3. Trips right in a tight bunch formation there. Our defensive line very disciplined there, not jumping off on the hard clap.
Oh, we got
And
it.
McKissick with another interception. Read it perfectly. He read that perfectly, and there was some zip on that one too. There was some zip on that pass by the quarterback, but I think he read it the whole way. Like, I don't think he tried to move any of the defenders with their eyes. But again, like, our corners are going to be playing man-to-man mostly on those wideouts. But that was kind of tricky. I didn't see how it unfolded, but they had that tight trips bunch formation there, like all the way in on the inside hash there. So they kind of ran probably a quick out and to try to pick up that 3 yards, and McKissick was right there. McMurtry in shotgun, and this is going to be a give to Lucky. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, but he's going to push forward for about a gain of 1 on the play.
Lucky carried the ball that time for.
I tell you what, Brett, they're pretty good on the line too.
They are.
The ball is advanced 1 yard to the 44-yard line. 2nd down and 9.
Is it nice not to have to always say the score in time?
It is nice. But I'll do it just for kicks. 1:51 left in the first. Wesley Hill in motion. And it's going to be a screen up the middle, and it kind of got blown up there.
They read that.
They read that, or like their number 20, it looks like that's somebody, kind of one of their edge rushers or maybe one of their linebackers. He's just shadowing Lucky, so whenever Lucky turned around there, he was just right there, and he just wasn't going to let that. Had he turned around, he could have maybe picked it off. But I think that was more McMurtry just throwing it in the dirt there. Live to fight another day. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Hill and Smith out to the right, both Ketchum's up to the left. Terrence Lucky in the backfield. 3-step drop, and it's going to be an easy passing catch to Reed Ketchum. All the way down the sideline. He's going to tiptoe down to about the 3-yard line, maybe the 4. Oh, no, they're going to mark him out at the 6, it looks like. 48-yard, 28, sorry.
Let's go with 38. I'll just start telling them since I got him at 38 yards.
38-yard passing catch there, and it's another give to Lucky.
There you go.
And he goes all the way up the middle. Did they mark him down? Nope. Touchdown. Touchdown. It looks like he followed Williams in on that side over there. Williams was just looking for, he was kind of pinballing off people, and then Lucky and him were the only ones standing in the end zone. Tinoco's kick is up and good, and that's a good looking one there.
Followed by Joseph McMurtry. So that takes us to quarter 21 supply. Thrall has not yet scored.
Well, Brett, I was kind of expecting it to be like this, but we had to get after this quick start. Thrall, I checked all their opponents they played so far. Really, nothing compared to what we've played. And I was thinking maybe just our depth and our speed. We've got crazy speed.
Yep.
And I think it's just sort of overwhelming them right now, but they have shown some flashes of, being able to move the ball. But the 2 picks have been huge.
Yeah. takeaways. And I mean, if you're Thrall, that's your game plan. Don't give the ball away. They're not succeeding on that. Don't give up big plays on special teams. They haven't been able to hang their hat there either. They moved the ball a little bit. They probably are getting close to 100 yards total offense. Maybe not, 75, 80, somewhere in there. But we're still in the first quarter. They just, as a lot of other teams have found out, can't stop us. And that starts to determine how you even run your own offense. You have to kind of start to get away from your own game plan. I don't even think in their worst case scenarios they pictured themselves being down 21-0 with 1:23 left in the first and another high kick.
Oh,
and the
that's
ball.
open.
Uh-oh, the ball's loose. Let's see.
Okay.
It looks like, I think a Thrall guy falls on it though.
But
He kicks it into dead space with a little bit of backspin, yeah, and it just kind of flops around. They're going to have to start coming up and just their second level is going to have to start fair catching those, like, because it's dangerous if you don't, because I don't know who it was that was busting through, but we almost got there.
We almost, it sort of took a weird bounce. We almost just like ran by it because it took such a bounce back our way.
And we don't do the same thing every time. We've kicked it to the far numbers. We've kicked it down the middle. We've recovered onsides. Like we've done a little bit of everything. He's even kicked it deep once. It's going to be a give around the left side, and he's. Oh, it looks like he stepped out back at maybe the 47, but they're going to give him. He pulls it all the way around the edge there and actually breaks a couple tackles there. Gain of about 20 on the play. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Troy 45-yard line.
They're going quick.
And they're running tempo here, and this is going to be a deep post.
Pass intended for Landon Gregory, incomplete. Will go back to the previous spot for 45.
And I think what we're seeing is, like, you saw how he got behind us there. Like, I think that was kind of what we've seen on film is, like, we're gonna give up those shorter, we're gonna make them play the short game. It's like the same thing you do if you're playing Mahomes and the pros. You, like, make him beat you death by 1,000 cuts. Like, make them beat you that way, because some people aren't patient enough to do that.
There you go, there you go.
So on 2nd and 10, they give it to the back again, and that's Tuck there making the tackle. Looks like Tuck and Bogosh, Calhoun.
Yeah.
Lopez Rodriguez was getting up out of there too.
Advance of 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9 for Tigers.
Yeah, Calhoun, Lopez Rodriguez, and Garrison, and Williams, if he's in there, they set the tone on that defensive line. Like, they come off low. Look how low they come off here. It's going to be a keeper. He's going to try to turn it around the right. He's going to fall forward for the 1st down.
Come on now.
Looks like we sunk into a little bit too much of a kind of a prevent coverage there on 3rd and long, and that's probably something the quarterback's seeing now. He's going to look and see, like, if he sees daylight as soon as he snaps the ball and then linebackers turn to cover, he's going to take off there. This is going to be a give to their back around the right side. He's going to bounce off a couple tackles and pick up about 8 on the play. So Thrall's moving the ball here. And that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. So we're going to go to commercials real quick, and we'll come back for 2nd quarter and a little bit of insight.
Count on 40 years of heating and cooling expertise with Randolph Heating and Air. Upgrade to a more efficient system to improve your home's value. You can depend on our team to provide you with a complete inspection of your system, including your ductwork, and give you a free estimate on new systems. We are an authorized dealer for Goodman, Amana, Heil, and Tempstar. You'll get fast service, even same-day service when you need it. Trust us. We guarantee your satisfaction. Call now.
Okay, here we go. First play of the second quarter. It's going to be second and a real short yard for Thrall on our 24-yard line. They have trips left, and we're overloaded over there, and it's going to be a give up the middle. And it looks like he's going to fall forward and barely picks it up there. And they're waving on the – oh, wait. No, maybe not.
For the Tigers on that play.
No, they did wave it on, so first down. I think they did get it, but only about length of a football. That would bring up.
I figured they made sort of second short, might
Yeah.
take a shot, but they didn't.
Here they go, trips right, empty backfield. Oh, and the quarterback just loses the ball, and Calhoun gets the fumble recovery there.
I think it's just quarterback maybe took his eyes off the snap.
Their quarterback or their coaching staff is trying to argue that it was an incomplete pass, but if you saw it come out of the quarterback's hand and even the way he reacted, like it was, he just lost it there. I think what it was is it was almost his motion to start to run forward, and it was like he squeezed it too hard, and it just popped out. And Calhoun, who was like engaged in a block, just and several of them, like I think the first 3 jerseys to dive near it were ours. So McMurtry in shotgun here. 3-step drop, and it looks like it's going to be a easy passing catch to Smith over the.
That'll be good. 28 yards.
Yeah. So we've seen Ketchum run that post a lot. That's the first time I've seen Jake Smith, I think, run it, at least from that part of the field. So here we go. Hill and Smith out to the left. Oh, it's trips. Reed Ketchum's out there too. And that looked like that could have set up as an RPO, but it's not. It's Terrence Lucky who's just going to keep pulling defenders all the way down. Folks, if y'all ever watch the NFL Network, they do a segment called Angry Runs. That qualifies as an angry run. That was so fun to watch. 31-yard gain on the play there. And the way that keeps you honest is kind of like a downhill, like sloping to the left there, sort of like run play, and then you have Reed out there kind of for an easy kind of RPO action if McMurtry goes that way because his momentum's carrying that way. Like if you're the middle of the field, like I feel sorry for their middle backers there. So we're kind of in tight bunch formation here. 2 split on each side. Terrence Lucky in to pass protect, and it's going to be a deep. Oh! He almost caught that and would have just extended it. It would have just been part of the motion, extended it.
We're going to see some of those catches before the year's done between him and Cohen, and even Jake and Hill. I mean, our receiving corps is nuts.
Yeah.
I thought we might have had a free play. I thought they jumped off sides.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. So we have trips right. It's going to be a give to Lucky up the middle.
Oh,
and look at the blocking that is still going on there. Yeah, Daniel Witcher had a block that he kind of turned out. I think everybody, shout out to everybody out there blocking right now. I mean, you got Donahoe, you got Witcher, you got Dees, you got Tuck, you got Williams. Just everybody that's out there. Like there, he runs through and you think, okay, he's got to kind of bust through that line. He goes through relatively untouched because all of those defenders are engaged in blocks. So it's a tight window there that he ran through, but it's really open at the same time. And as we just saw, he can take on a little bit of of a defender.
I think he made contact with every defender on that 31-yard run. It's sort of like a snowball starting at the top of the hill, and as it goes further and further, it gets stronger. Yeah. You talked about a touchdown against Rogers last week. It's like they had him stopped short at the goal line, but you talked about
summer leg days,
The legs are just crazy.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Yards per carry, I would argue for him, maybe not tonight because he's had some big runs here, but typically what we've seen from him is like he runs harder in the second half, and I don't think that's him. That's not an effort thing. That's just he doesn't wear down like some of the other teams, and that shows strength and conditioning, but it also just shows, I mean, that's a mental fortitude thing as well. So we might be able to see this a little bit closer here. So Tinoco's teeing up from the far hash. I'm guessing he's going to kick it down between the 20 and 30 on our side down here. Or let's see if he does that high kind of pooch kick in the middle. This one's kind of deeper.
Oh.
Ooh. Number one was praying that it went out of bounds. Out of bounds there. And look who that is down there. Lucky. That almost gets to it. Like,
Ball rolled down to 6, but no, it doesn't make any difference. We're going to bring it out.
Yeah, and that puts pressure on him. He's like, you said praying it goes out of bounds because if it doesn't, he's got to field it. Our coverage team has already passed their initial line of blockers.
Yep.
He has no chance for a big return. But see, they sort of push your guys up on the second and third level a little bit. So Tinoco just says, all right, I'll kick it over your head.
and I hate to say it, but like, look at the body language of Thrall coming onto the field. Like, this is tough. Like, I mean, and what it's tough because you're 3-0, and you look up, and you probably haven't been behind much at all, if at all, maybe this season, and you're down to what feels like an insurmountable amount here.
To the point they know. We have to score.
But that's where we have got to be. I mean, that's where you see like the culture at Franklin and the cultures that we want to emulate. This is where you step on the throat. Like this is when you even sell out a little bit more. And that time their receiver kind of finds a hole in the defense, kind of deep right.
Who stepped out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
They sucked up Gooch a little bit, like in that flat route, and then that's Yezik that has to come over, but he's kind of in the middle of the field there because they were overloaded trips to the other side. This is going to be a give to their back here, and he's more of a bruiser. But if you're their offense, like you've at least moved the ball a little bit. Like the last time, like they were moving the ball and then fumbled it down here on our end of the field. So this is going to bring up 2nd and 7. Back in motion. This is going to be a little quick screen out to him, and we're there to get it.
Good.
It's only about a gain of 1 on the play. Milton, and look, that's Tuck all the way out there.
Yes.
Just the pursuit is huge. And we're running in people on the line too, like Calhoun's getting a break here. D's out there now. You got Garrison and Lopez Rodriguez out there. Tuck, Milton, Bogosh, and Ryder Dalton out there now at the 2nd level. McKissick, Valdez, Yezik, and Gooch. And this is going to be, he's going to pick up the first there. That was good blocking around their edge on that side there. All of their blockers were engaged.
He almost slipped through.
Yeah.
Let's go, D!
Yard pickup and a first down for the Tigers.
Stay with him, Brock. Stay with him, Brock.
Great job by McKissick there. Oh, no, Gooch. That's Gooch.
Gooch, yeah.
Yeah, Gooch. Great job, because what he had to do there is he had to stop and go vertical with the receiver and then hit it away. Like, that's not easy to do, because your instinct there is to not give up a catch, and your body almost leans into the defender without you wanting it to. He did a great job of going vertical there. So it brings up 2nd and 10. We need a tackle for loss here, put him kind of behind. But instead, it's going to be kind of a give around the left edge. It's going to bring up a critical 3rd and 5 here. And look at us running on. Look, we have Byers and Williams and Bogosh going in.
spot the ball at the 27-yard line. A 5-yard gain, 3rd and 5 for Thrall.
So 3rd and 5, trips right, 15 on the play clock. And it's going to be a give this time around the right, and he's going to have enough for, it looks like the first. Depends on, oh, they're going to actually mark him short here. This is going to be a 4th down. This is going to be a 4th and short here. Calhoun's back in here.
4th and 1 at the 20.
So here we have Williams, Byers, and Calhoun. Maybe some of the bigger folks we can put down here. Let's see if we step it up. They have a 2-back feel here. Quarterback's going up under center. And it's
we made contact.
We did. So it's going to be a free play for them. Well, they're going to take the penalty here. So 5 yards offsides on Troy.
We have a flag on the field. Offsides against the Trojans. So that will, the yardage will give the Tigers a 1st down.
So that's going to put Tigers into the red zone. Have they been to the red zone before? Once, maybe?
If not, they were close.
They were close, and that's where they fumbled, yeah. Actually, I think this might be their first red zone possession here. So 1st and 10 from the Troy 19.
Oh, there's a ball.
Great. And again, look at Dalton get in there so quickly, though. Like,
you talked about his closing speed.
Yeah.
I mean, the quarterback was just covering it up, and he was already jumping on top of
yeah.
him.
And I don't think he was coming there. I think he was kind of just drifting into the flat, and he saw the quarterback bobble, and he just shoots in there. So trips right to the short side of the field, empty set, 2nd and long, and it's going to be, hits the backside slot receiver on a post for a touchdown, so Thrall is on the board. PAT pending. Yeah, what they did there, and we didn't really overload too much, but they overloaded. They had trips right in between the hashes over here, the hash and the sideline on the short side of the field, and they just gave that slot receiver a ton of space to work with. So Thrall gets on the board. So Troy 28, Thrall 7. And what I will say I love about this is, like, because we saw their body language when they were coming onto the field last time. I love the fight that high school football teams have, and I'm like, I mean, I applaud that. Hate to give away the shutout, but. So just a quick reminder, we have 5th quarter out at the Troy United Methodist Church following the game tonight till 12:30 in the morning. It is for middle school and high school students only. Hope to see many of you out there.
Bushes, tenders, sausage wrap, hot dogs, nachos and cheese, Frito pie, and a number of other delicacies. You might want to have some popcorn, perhaps some candy or chips. There's also a number of drinks available. Be sure and
one of the most fun units to watch. So we have, oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, 4 games into the season, we have 3 special team touchdowns. That's nuts.
And this one is always just on a hair trigger to be able to get one themselves. Thrall might try to steal a possession here. And they do. It looks like we got it, but that was an amazing kick.
It was.
Great job by Milton on the recovery there. That's a hard one because
there's a flag. That was late. Yeah, it's against them.
Yeah. So unsports.
Fair catch. I think they're calling it fair catch.
Fair catch interference. Yeah.
Not fair catch, but I don't know. I don't see how you can call
that's
that.
what I was gonna say. Is tough because you're allowed to go down and like just lay out.
Unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, it was unsportsmanlike because no, they can go down and block you away from it.
That's what I thought.
Which makes the recovery that much more impressive because they had a wedge coming to cover it up, and the ball was just trickling behind them. So Milton had to fight through to get that. There was somebody else going in as well, but Milton's the one with the recovery.
They were having to wait for it to take that last bounce to get that last yard, and Milton worked around somebody, like you said, and jumped down on it. So good awareness by him. But now we're set up in scoring range in one play.
Yeah. 1st and 10 from the Thrall 35-yard line. And McMurtry quick out to catch him, and they called a horse collar there. So that's going to end up being half the distance to the goal. So,
Brett, that is just, the timing is so on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just,
and effortless. Like,
I know.
And here's the thing, like it obviously competition's going to ramp up in district. We know how tough the district is. May Pearl is not going to be any cupcake next week.
Thank you.
But the
good job.
Effortlessness that we play with now matters because it lets them know that all these timing routes are possible if they just focus on that. And again, it's doing all the small things right because this team has some big things in their sights. So here we go. We got 2 split out to the right. Oh, look, Valdez going in here. Got a little bit of blood on Terrence Lucky, so he's getting that cleaned up. So Valdez in it in the backfield here to the left of McMurtry. And he's in to pass protect. McMurtry's going to roll out to the right, and he's going to look.
He caught it.
He caught? No. Oh, it looked like that was Hill in the back of the end zone. Oh, man. Look good from here.
Yeah.
But to throw that on the run, like to the back of the end zone on a dime, where really only Hill could catch it. Like, if it wasn't going to be Hill catching it, nobody else would. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 12-yard line. Trips right. Looks like there's a little bit of confusion here. 5 on the play clock. We're still going to get the play off, and it's going to be an out to
he got it.
Catch him. Cohen bobbled it a little bit just to make it interesting. But his route, his cut, that defender was within a yard of him. And then when he puts his foot in the ground and cuts out, the separation it's like 3-yard separation like that, like nothing. Looks like offsides on the defense.
Nope.
Oh, no. Illegal procedure on Troy, so it's going to back us up 5 yards, but easily within Tinoco's range. Want to keep this. He's still perfect for PATs tonight. And his last one was really solid. So here we go. The snap's back. Hold is good, and the kick is up. So that brings it to Troy 35, Thrall 7. We're going to stay here while we wait for the kickoff unit.
Just something I want to bring up. At halftime, we're going to take a little commercial break right when we go to our halftime break, but it'll only be about a minute or two. We're going to have Coach Shayla Rawls, cross-country coach. She's going to be up here, and I think she's going to have a couple athletes with her. So we're just going to talk to her a little bit, since it's hard for us to get out and cover cross-country because they run cross-country. We just want to be sure we give them some time, and we will be talking about the Troy cross-country meet coming up, as well as the district meet, which will be here as well. All right, Brett.
So I think Thrall may not be kicking any more onside. Like, they just know that that's just too easy. But again, like, honestly, what hurt them there were penalties. There were, 30. On a short field, 25, 30 yards of penalties.
Yeah, the last one was half the distance, so probably about that.
You can't do that. Like, so let's see what we do here.
Now they're deeper again on return.
Yeah.
So look at that big opening right around the 25. yard line, center of the field.
Sunoco's kick is up, and it's going to be fielded at the 20.
Walker fields the free kick for the Tigers.
You talked about just body language of throw right now. Like I said, I think they realize, whoa, this offense is potent. But the thing is, they don't know whether to try to defend the pass or defend the run or what. I mean, it puts a lot of pressure on their defense, the offense we run.
And I love how our defense plays too. Like against a spread team, look, we don't have anybody more than 7-8 yards deep off the line of scrimmage, and it allows you to come up there. I don't know. They might have called a face mask.
No, they were holding Milton.
Flag on the field.
Well, that's what I saw was holding Milton. He still reached out and grabbed the runner and held him till help got there.
Oh, no, they're talking to us, so looks like we're going to back it up.
They're asking if we want it. Yeah, I know they were holding Milton. Yeah.
Yeah, back him up.
Against the Eagles.
Oh, no.
The Tigers is declined, so the result of the play stands.
Yeah, you take the tackle for loss
Yes.
and the down. Like that's smart. And what it shows there is it's like, yeah, faith in defense. I mean, I love Coach Durbin, like what that immediately says to your defense, like go after him here. Yezik's back a little bit deep center here. They have trips left. And it's going to be a pass, and Calhoun is at his ankles and forces that pass all the way, like barely back to the line of scrimmage. Did you see him lunge in the air there?
Yes, got his ankles.
And we've talked about it. That quarterback's got lateral speed, so he can get away. And that's a three-man rush. That's the pressure we're getting with a three-man rush there. So 3rd and long, and the clock stops again. Like,
And they're in the 3rd and long.
And look how we come up to like press man here, like
intercepted.
Oh, deflected.
Look at him! Oh my gosh!
Man.
Tuck? Was that Tuck?
That was Tuck. Man. Woo. We might have to work him into the offense. He has some moves with him there. What I was about to say is I loved how like they had double splits on both sides, and you had Dalton and Milton come up and walk up to the line. They were like in press man right at the line, and then they back off. But then what it did is it confused them because I think what it was is Dalton's man was the one that kind of ran that shallow crossing, and I think the pass was maybe a little bit too hard. I don't know if we deflected it at the line. I think we might have.
I think it might have been
deflected. Anyway, and Tuck catches it, and then I wish I had seen more what he was doing out there. He had some moves.
Look at that. There it is.
Nice. That's out to Smith in the corner. And that's a timing route. The timing routes, that's what's dangerous about McMurtry is we've seen him in a 3-step drop. We've seen him in a 5-step drop when he has all day to throw. We've seen him on these quick timing routes.
But we've talked about it. Oh, block.
Okay, the kicks have been low tonight. I mean, something to clean up. Always something to work on.
Brett, you talked about it. We thought starting with the Salado game, the energy you see even on the sideline. Did you see how happy they were when Tuck came off the field? I'm like, love that.
And just parents that have talked to me too, just talk about how much of a team this varsity team is, and that can't be overstated. Like. It's huge because you're willing to go to war, and we're going to be in some wars. These have been just little battles. We're going to go to war like when district comes.
And
they're starting to. I would say this too. yes, they were celebrating Tuck here on that play, but look at it now. Like, they expected to win this game. Like, this is a business meeting. Like, it just happens to be under lights on Friday night. Yeah, and we have a chance to get the ball back and possibly score again. Tinoco set to kick, and it's going to be high down.
It's going to hit the
left
ground
side.
again. Lucky. Knocking him out of bounds.
I like that. He's like, you don't know me, but I'm on offense. Like,
and look how deep we got him backed up already.
yes. But look at this, too. There's a purpose. Look at the coaching.
In-game coaching,
In-game
I love
coaching.
it.
And I'll say this, too, and this seems to, maybe they found the magic sauce this year, but, like, the coaches down on the field, I think with different teams it matters more, and it's just different. With this particular team, and in talking to a couple of the coaches too, there's nowhere else they want to be than down there with those guys. Quarterback's going to keep it, and Bogosh hits him at the line. He spins off that one, though. Looks like Lopez Rodriguez and Garrison bring him down there. But it's a pickup of 5 on first down. And you can't help but think that maybe they're going to try to eat some clock here, but if they don't
need
move
much
the ball
time,
a little
though.
bit, I know, that's the thing. So here we go. This
Nice
one's a
run.
give around the left side. Their backs are running hard. We talked about the size. Like, I don't think they have the speed to match us, but they have size out there. And, like, this has been a physical game when it's been played, like, it just hasn't been in a phone box because we've spread it out. And another snap. Calhoun and Lopez Rodriguez said hello on that high snap there.
Tackle made by Thomas Lopez Rodriguez. Well, that's a 39. They lost of 3.
So I've noticed this too. We're only rushing 3. They're starting to double team some of us,
I know.
and we're still getting that push. Watch it. We're only sending 3. They got 5 to block us here.
Motion on them. I think they saw Milton was going to be coming from the outside.
Yeah,
and
and trying
to
to run away from him. Yeah.
Start.
But that's okay. Run over here to Dalton and Gooch and Valdez. I mean, that's the thing is there's so much speed on the defense too. We talk about on offense and all these timing routes, which are wide open because of just the accuracy of McMurtry and then just the great route running. But we have speed on defense too. We're typically always in the right play. And you're not going to make the right play all the time, but we're typically in the right play, and a lot of that is just the speed in which you get there with.
Oh, there's another.
That hit the quarterback in the numbers.
Ball still loose.
And Williams gets him all the way back there. Gets credited for the sack there. And I'm not saying the quarterback's hearing footsteps, but after that hit by Calhoun and Lopez Rodriguez, as soon as he bobbles it a little bit, like, he knows that he's in trouble. That time he actually had plenty of time to pick it up, but he was just, I think he saw some of the ghosts from last time. And look at it here. 3rd and what is this?
Oh, God. 33.
Third and 33. It's going to be a give up the middle. And what do you do here if you're them? Do you try to flip the field because you got a good punter?
You got to,
I think you have to, and it looks like they are sending the punt unit out. But and the clock is running here. But again, and this is what I love, we have, first off, we have a dangerous unit back here to unflip the field. But we got 3 timeouts, and we got great situational coaching with Brashear.
But look at the personal protectors. They are big on balls down.
Oh. And even there, the kick is good. Oh, we back off it there.
They are hearing footsteps. You hate to say it, but they're like I got to do it quick. I got to get it out of here because of the speed of the defense.
Yeah. So we have a chance to go down and score here. We get the ball first in the second half.
Yeah.
I mean, put this game away. I'm not saying that's not already put away. It feels as that's the case. But just continue making great plays, like honing your craft, playing hard. Like, Thrall is still playing hard. I'm not doubting that. You've seen some of the hits there on, like, when they're running the ball. McMurtry back to pass.
Look, what a catch.
And right on the number. That was great coverage by that corner who stayed with Ketchum that whole time. It was perfectly placed, in stride, and we're running with tempo here. McMurtry, plenty of time to pass, looking all around. He wanted to come backside here, but it wasn't open.
Timeout Troy, I believe.
Timeout Troy with 1:23.
Was that last pass to Smith?
Ketchum. That moved it all the way out here. It was to Reed,
okay.
Yep.
It was happening so quick, I'm trying to get some stats down.
And it was, and I mentioned it, I don't know if you heard me, it was remarkable coverage by their corner who stayed with him. Or I don't know if it was their corner because Reed was in the slot, but you can't defend that.
No, what I was looking at, the reason I wasn't sure exactly who caught it, I don't know who it was, but we had somebody open on the far sideline as well. So he's got his choices, and he's been very good all season going through multiple reads.
Yeah.
I mean, primary's covered, but primary's normally been open every play.
Yeah, no, and I love, and it's not really him going through progressions because progressions are kind of out the door when you're on a scramble, but when he's scrambling, he's looking up. Like, his eyes are downfield. Okay, he's scrambling again
there.
Oh, and Ketchum's telling him just air it out, man.
I'll catch up with it.
Yeah, but that was hard, I will say, because he's running to this side.
Yes.
He's right-handed to turn his body, and he did turn his body to try to throw it there.
With 1 minute and 11
But,
seconds
and if you
left.
notice there, somebody got through, but he has all the time in the world to throw. Our line is shifting a little bit because if you saw, I don't know if that was also set up to be, if it needed to be a screen for Lucky over there. This one's a middle screen.
Oh, deflected, but McMurtry called it. Oh my goodness.
And McMurtry's pass to McMurtry is caught for the first down. So that was supposed to be a middle screen for Terrence Lucky. The ball's deflected by a defender right in front of Lucky. They've covered that middle screen. They've seen that, and they've defended that every time we've tried to run it. The deflection goes back to McMurtry, and what was great too is our line had a chance to do some blocks in the back, and they laid off him, and he just ran past him. So here we go, three-step drop.
Wide open.
Is going to be
there. It is.
There it is. That's the makeup one for last time. So 49 seconds left. Okay, so he makes up for it from 3 plays earlier, puts it on a dime for a read down the sideline. So with 49 seconds left to play, you almost have to think, like, Thrall's going to kneel it here, like when they come out here. Oh, offsides, free kick. This one's up and good.
Was that a different kicker? Yeah, it was. No, I thought it was a different kicker this time.
7 for the Tigers.
I think we did. Yeah, I think we might have had a different kicker there. I think we had Byers out there.
I think
Byers?
that's who it was.
Okay. We'll check on that. But yeah, that whole series was a little unorthodox in terms of like missing one wide open big play opportunity. But what that particular series was, and what we've seen a lot of tonight, is McMurtry scrambling and he scrambles to the right, he scrambles to the left, but that time he had to scramble up the middle, which we haven't really seen him do a lot. Like sometimes a designed run on maybe second or third and short is meant to go up the middle, but that one he had no choice because of the way the edges were crashing down. But yeah, no, that was cool to see. Okay, so here we go. So Tinoco's set to kick off from the right hash again. 49 seconds left in the second quarter. And Thrall just wants this half to be over. Because again, Troy deferred. Troy gets ball first in the second half. And this one's going to be deep down, and it's going to bounce out also. They'll probably take it out on the, 35?
Ball rolls out of bounds. Yeah, about the 15-yard line.
I don't think they want to delay this at all. They'll just take the penalty yards here.
I bet they do take a knee. Or they just
well, no, not take a knee. You're too proud to take a knee, but like just to run it. And honestly, their running back he's closing in on maybe 100 yards already. He's ripped off some big ones, and like is not afraid of contact when he gets like second level. But this is actually a different back they have in. So this is going to be a give. And Milton meets up with him. And look at the closing speed by everybody. Is he down there? No, they marked him down. So marked down on the 20. That's going to bring up second and long, and they're probably just going to be okay with letting the clock. Actually, the clock's going to expire with like 2 seconds left, so they're going to have to run one more play here.
Brett, they probably ran more plays than we have this half.
Yeah, I mean, considering we had the punt return, like they had run 6 to 10 offensive plays before we ran our first one and we had a lead.
The ball. They got it back, though.
Man. That we almost ended up with a 50 burger there for halftime. Okay, Kyle, I'm going to turn it over to you. Well, actually, we're going to go to commercial. We're going to come back in about 2 minutes.
Forever Texas Roofing is locally owned with veteran and first responder consultants. We service all of Central Texas from your full roof replacement to your smallest roof repairs. Call us for your free roof inspection and let us help take care of you. You can reach us at 254-780-6857 or 254-462-5823.
Spradley Properties is a full-service real estate company specializing in brokerage, property management, and maintenance services for commercial and residential properties. Our skilled team boasts decades of experience. Whether you're navigating the rental market, embarking on your home ownership journey, or seeking strategic investment opportunities, you can trust us to stand by your side. Ready to take the next step? Contact us today or visit us online at spradleyproperties.com.
All right, folks, we're back, and we have Coach Shayla Rawls, Troy cross-country coach up here. So anyway, I got with her today, and she said yes, she'd love to come up for a halftime interview, and she brought a couple of her athletes with her. But first, we're going to get with Coach Rawls. I just want to say I've noticed over the last few years since you've got here, you sort of gave a rebirth to the cross-country program. What gave you the drive to say, hey, this is what I want to do?
So I actually, I'm a Troy grad, and when I ran here, our cross-country team wasn't very big. And I think you can kind of check my math here, but I'm pretty sure I had 4 different coaches in 4 years. And so it's really hard to build a program when you have that turnover rate. And so one of the things that I really wanted to do when I came here was to be consistent and to continue to grow the program into what I knew it could be. And so when I took over in 2021, we had 10 total runners in the high school and the middle school combined. And so now we're up to about 72, which is pretty good for 4 years. So.
Well, I saw that post, I guess, after the meet today. You said, I've been so busy, which I know you are.
Yes.
But you're up. I noticed on your personal post the other day, you took a picture at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was like, wow.
I wake up every day at 4 a.m., so I'm no stranger to the early morning.
But I saw your post today. You said, I've been busy, but you posted, said, hey, we got over 70 runners.
Yeah.
And when you look at the picture, it's a lot.
It's a lot. And I've been waiting for that day when we get to 70, so it's a good feeling.
What can you say does it take to be a good cross-country runner? I know it's got to have a lot of dedication.
Oh, yeah. So they got to get up early. That's one thing that a lot of kids don't want to do. And the dedication to get up early and then come and run, which is not sometimes a really enjoyable thing to do, takes a lot of dedication. The other thing about cross country that we talk about a lot, especially with the teams, is it's a very mental sport. You have to approach it in a very positive manner, and any little thing in your mind that's negative is going to tear you down. And so we talk a lot about approaching the race and the starting line with a certain mindset and blocking everything else out. And we talk a lot about how your body can do a lot more than your mind thinks it can. And so that's cross country involves a lot of mental positivity.
Okay, y'all have the Troy cross country meet coming up.
Yes,
Can you
next
give
week.
us the date?
Yes, it's next Saturday, which is the 28th. And then the week after that, we're actually hosting district also in Troy, and that's October the 5th.
Okay, how many schools do you know you have coming?
Oh, man. I think for our home meet, there are like 16 that have registered.
Wow.
Don't quote me on that, but I think it's 16. And then for district, we're actually in a smaller district now. So it's us and Clifton and West, McGregor, and Waco Harmony. So 5-team district.
I kept track once you posted the link this morning of the Round Rock. I mean, that is a huge meet.
It's a huge meet. A lot of people go there from all over the state because that's the state course. And so pretty much if you think you're going to have somebody at state, you go to Hoka because you get that exposure.
When I clicked on there, I started going through the pages, and on the guys' side, 372 runners. 372 on the girls, 335. I saw some of your videos from the start line, and I asked you, I said, it probably sounded like a herd of buffaloes going because it had to shake the ground some, that many runners.
There's a lot of them, yes. And because there's so many runners, they have to go out so fast, otherwise you get stuck. So they go out really fast.
Well, you sort of commented when we were messaging some today. Why'd you tell them they had to go out fast today?
Yeah, so in this particular course, you got to go out really, really fast. And most of the kids ran at least 30 seconds faster in their first mile than they normally do because right after you go out, you go up on a dam. And it's very, very narrow. And if you get stuck, you can't get around anybody, and then that tanks the whole rest of your race. Right. So a lot of our kids that, our girls that come out at maybe 7 minutes their first mile, they're coming out at 6:30, which is great training. I mean,
yes.
It helps them at the end of their race. It makes them better, but it's one of those things that has to happen in that particular course. So, and these guys can speak more to it than me. Because they're out there actually doing it.
Anyway, we covered the district, the regular Troy meet. In the district, who do you figure to be the biggest district competitors?
So on the girls' side, West is very talented. Last year they had a mile relay team that went to state and did exceptionally well. And so those girls all run cross country and they're very good. So West is very good. And then Clifton is also pretty good as well. So, and once again, we are also really good as well. So we talked last year about the District of Doom. It's kind of like we got realigned into another District of Doom. So I looked today, actually, and according to Texas Mile Split, all of the top 4 teams in our district, so that would be West, Clifton, McGregor, and us, we are all in the top 6 in the region. But one of us isn't going to get to go because it's only top 3 get out in cross country. So it's going to be a battle just like it is every year, and the girls are ready for it.
Speaking of battles, you brought 2 of your runners up here.
I did.
First one's going to be sophomore Grayson McMurtry.
Mm-hmm.
Construction Renifit. Lawa Balloon.
All right, here you go, kid.
So what does it feel like running for Troy?
I really enjoy running for Troy, but it is pretty cool that I have a Troy uniform on and 7 other schools.
Oh, well, I know there's been a lot of McMurtrys that have come through the school here. You're just falling in the line and making them proud. What made you want to run?
So I really kind of just got dragged into it 7th grade year, but after that it just really stuck. And last year I really started to enjoy it a lot more than I have been before.
Well, I noticed you've been one of the top qualifiers for Troy on meets this year. Are you hoping to qualify for regional?
I'm hoping I can get out of district and make it to the regional meet. And then regionals will definitely be a lot harder than the district meet, but hopefully.
Just remember, you're just a sophomore, though. But
Yes.
I love the goal to say, hey, I want to go in and go to regional. What is the worst part about running?
I'd say the worst part is the hard workouts when you really don't feel motivated that day, because at least whenever I'm running, I have my ups and downs, and there's some days I just don't really want to run.
Who makes you run, though?
Coach Rawls.
There we go.
Coach Rawls.
She said she was going to stay up here and make sure they answered right, so we just had to throw that in there. But anyway, what else do you do besides cross country?
I'm also a member of the FFA, and I'm currently one of the chapter officers this year. As well as just being in cross country, I'm also in basketball and track. So.
Well, didn't you play softball last year too?
Yes, sir, I did.
See, so that's what I love, seeing the all-around participation in different sports. That's what I love about a small school. Is there any other place you'd rather be than Troy?
No, I think the McMurtry name is just stuck in Troy.
That's what I was going to say with that name. It's just born into Troy. But anyway, I want to thank you for being up here and letting some people know who you are. And how much you love to run and the way you represent Troy.
Well, thank you for having me.
No problem.
Can we get up there or?
All right, next we have stepping up. We have senior Grayson Williams, and Coach Rawls has talked a lot about you, and a lot of times we're just messaging back and forth and everything. As soon as I got on this morning, I said, all right, Grayson is undefeated this year at every meet he's been to. I said, I know Coach Rawls has told me before, the competition you see at Round Rock.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a lot of the state contenders, you're going to be there. And I looked at that, and I mean, I saw them from West Texas, South Texas, East Texas,
Definitely.
North Texas, everything. When I checked the results, and I was like, all right. I clicked on there, up there on that number 1 slide. Grayson Williams. I was at home by myself. I was like, yes, yes. So anyway, what did it feel like to win a prestigious meet like that?
You know, it felt really good. It proved that I can compete and that I'm meant to be on these big stages. You know, for past 3 years, it's kind of been tough. I've kind of been overshadowed a little, and you know, obviously, I wasn't always the best. Right, freshman year, I didn't qualify out of district. Sophomore year, made it to regionals, but wouldn't have qualified as an individual if it wasn't for the team. And then junior year, I was 20 at that state, and then this year, you know, it's looking pretty good for me. So, you know, you have to have that goal in your mind and really just say, I'm going to stick to this. It may be long, it may be hard, like 4 years to get here, or 3 years to get here. So it felt really good to know that the hard work's paid off.
Oh, well, they say good things come to those that wait.
Absolutely.
But I tell you what, when me and Coach Ross were messaging back and forth today, I was just like, wow. She said he is a machine. I mean, the mental toughness you have to go out there. Do you go out there expecting to win?
Today it was tough. I wasn't really expecting to win, but I told myself, you know, like, I've been through harder things. Workouts are harder. Early mornings are harder. The mileage, just running, it's very lonely. So I told myself that, you know, I've got all these people supporting me today, so if anybody can win today, it's me. I can do this.
About how many miles do you think you run a week?
Well, I've really ramped it up this past couple of weeks. Over the past 3 months, I've been averaging about 10 miles a day, so about 70 a week.
And there's so many students that don't want to get out and maybe run a 100-yard dash in their yard running 10 miles a day.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw that result today, I was like, wow. And I think I heard somebody say state rankings, you've moved up to number 2.
So the kid that I beat today, he was ranked pretty highly. Last year he was top 10 at state, and you know, looking through the times, there's a lot of short courses that are, you know, these kids are above us, but they're not real 5Ks. Like at state, they'll probably run a little slower. So unofficially, I'm about second right now. So.
The drum majors are Owen Dupuy
Yes, sir.
and Hannah Halford.
We're fixing to have the mighty Trojan band out here, but I just wanted to get with Coach Rawls. Since cross country is a hard event to try to broadcast,
Absolutely.
but we are going to be up here for the Troy meet and the
Yes, sir.
You may begin your performance.
So I just wanted to actually meet you in person because you're a heck of an athlete.
Thank
But
you,
anyway,
sir.
This is Senior Grayson Williams, and look for him when we cover the Troy meet next Saturday, correct? And anyway, we'll be up here cheering him on. We'll try to keep that undefeated streak.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you,
so
sir.
much, Grayson. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up. And once again, thanks to Coach Shayla Rawls, sophomore Grayson McMurphy, and senior Grayson Williams. But here's the mighty Trojan band.
Love it. So he actually won't be here for our home meet. He's running in the Chili Pepper Fest in Arkansas. He qualified for the Chili Pepper Fest, which is a huge deal. It's a huge deal. So, but he'll be here for district. Thank you.
So that was a mighty Trojan
Troy
band.
Boozers
Probably
would like to thank
by
our
next
sponsors
week
this year,
they'll have the
Riders
full
Plus,
routine
the Boykin Group,
ready to go
Delta
for
Centrifugal,
competition, UIL
Ringler
competition.
Automotive,
But anyway,
Fast
we're going to
Sides
take
of
a
Triple
commercial
Saline,
break and we'll be back
First
in
National
about
Bank of
2 or
Troy,
3 minutes.
Hector Farms, Jarlick Floor.
Winner will be announced at the end of the third quarter. Don't forget to purchase your tickets for our October 5th TEEF dinner, live auction, and complimentary giveaway. Also, the French Rose rag quilt raffle. Quilt raffle tickets are $5 each, or $20 for 5 tickets. Event tickets are $150. That includes a dinner for 2 and 1 entry into our giveaway. Second chance tickets are $50. Last day to buy tickets, September 30. Get your tickets tonight.
Brandon said, can y'all zoom out? Okay, folks, we have about 3 minutes left of halftime here. Just want to get a couple reminders out really quick. First is just a reminder that we have fifth quarter following the game out at the Troy United Methodist Church. We'll go till 12:30 in the morning, not a minute past, because I know it's been a long day for everybody. Looks like the game's running a little bit longer. That first quarter alone, I believe, was close to an hour. Most of that was due to all the scoring. That kind of slowed it down a little bit. But also just want to get to a couple other reminders. Troy ex-students annual luncheon is going to be Saturday, the third Saturday in October, the 19th, up at the Troy High School Commons. It's going to be a barbecue plate. It's Tudor's Barbecue. You can get that for $13 a plate. And we'll have we'll have lunch at around 11:30 that morning, and then the meeting to follow at 1 o'clock. And then also the Troy Education Enhancement Foundation is a proud supporter of Troy ISD staff and students. Their next fundraiser is October 5th. So coming up soon at Seton Star Hall. For more information, please stop by the team table near the Athletic Booster Club wagon.
Okay, folks, I'm going to give a few halftime stats real quick. Brett mentioned that they probably had the running back maybe getting close to 100 yards. Well, they had a lot of big losses on bad snaps where the quarterback had to go down, so they lost some yardage. But right now at half, Thrall has a 24-yard touchdown pass, but a total of 55 yards passing. And
Here
at half,
the
they have
Tigers
64 yards
Harrison
rushing.
Vanacek.
So they have 119 yards right now. So good job by our defense. Now, as far as offense, I'm showing McMurtry is 8 for 13, or 14, excuse me. He has thrown for 206 yards and 3 TDs. Reed Ketchum has a touchdown reception. Cohen Ketchum has a touchdown reception, and Jake Smith has a touchdown reception. But one stat, we've thrown to 5 receivers. McMurtry threw one to himself. We ran the screen play. It was deflected back to him, and he caught it and ended up scrambling through the defense, good blocking by our lineman, and got a first down. On the rushing side, we have a total of 78 yards. 73 of those are by Terrence Jaden Lucky. Other Troy scoring is a 48-yard punt return. I believe that was by Cohen Ketchum.
First score of the game?
First score of the game for Troy. And then Troy has come up with 4 turnovers. We had a Valdez interception return, 28 yards. McKissick with an interception, 13-yard return. Calhoun with a fumble recovery. And then Tuck with an impressive interception and a 38-yard return.
Almost a touchdown return.
But anyway, that's a little bit of stats, Brett. What do you expect? We get the ball to start, right?
We get the ball here, so dangerous kickoff return unit out there. I hope and I want us to, and I expect us to continue to play a clean game. 0 turnovers tonight. That's one of the reasons you see the score the way it is. They've had 3 turnovers. We've had 0. 4. That's right, 4. Yeah. So,
wow.
So this is kicked deep, and it's going to be fielded by Lucky, and he's going to find a crease up the sideline.
Oh. 98 yards for Jaden Smith.
I want to say that was an 88-yard. I think he fielded it on the 12-yard line.
Jaden Lucky, and a touchdown for the Trojans.
And part of that, I know you probably think you see it and you think he's just taking off. It's a timing thing. He waits for the blocks to kind of set up, and then he bursts through it. And if you saw it, they were tailing him at the 30, 40-yard line, and they just weren't as close as they thought they were.
The extra point by Angel.
Looks like it was a bad snap there, so we'll say this, the PATs have got to get cleaned up. But that's the only blemish on tonight is just and again, and I know we'll get that cleaned up because that's been one of the cleanest parts of the games the past few weeks, but yeah, for whatever reason tonight, snaps, holds, and just low kicks.
Brett, just something that just has to take any win Thrall might have had in themselves away. I mean, because once we broke that first line of defense, we had a wall set up, and there was nobody there to block.
And this is where I feel sorry for kickoff units facing us, because what do you do?
I know.
What do you do? First off, our hands unit on the first level, you're not going to get them to mess up. You saw how well Milton played the one where he had to fight through a wedge nearly to get to it. We've seen them recover other onside kicks this year. I don't think we've not recovered one. Yeah, we haven't given one up. Second level has returned a touchdown. Third level has returned multiple touchdowns. There's no safe where to kick it.
So that gets our average back up. 4 games, 4 special team scores.
Yeah, 54. We have a 50 burger, 19 seconds into, and you just see the difference. Like, just juxtapose the 2 kickoffs really quick. 88-yard punt or kickoff return for a touchdown. Fair catch. Like, that's just, it shows you the limitations that other teams have that we can't even fathom on kickoff return.
At the 26-yard line.
So 1st and 10 for the Thrall Tigers on their own 26-yard line. It looks like we still have our first unit out there with us.
I expect to see a lot of changes here pretty soon, Brett.
Yeah. And this is going to be a give around to there. It'd be nice to stop that, though, like right there on the edge. That's where, and our edges, we've done a pretty good job of to this point, kind of sealing their edges, but because we only have 3 down linemen, so that's what they're trying to do. Is they're trying to, like on that side, they just tried to pin down on Lopez Rodriguez and then just run outside of him. And here, that looked like Bogosh coming up.
Calhoun just stood up the center and pushed him into the backfield.
Yeah. Don't let him get to midfield here. Like, don't let him play downhill, not even for another series here. So 2nd and 8. Empty backfield, and the quarterback's going to take off, and there's a hold there.
Yeah, they
got the hold. It looked like they held. Was that Tuck there in the middle? Somebody. But that's coming back. Yeah, it's holding. It's coming back. Oh, no, it's not Tuck because he's running out there now.
Chance Parker carried.
I mean, we both at the same time said that's a hold.
On the field, however.
And it was really what sealed it so he could cut up.
Yes.
So it was hard to really miss that.
Holding against the Tigers will wipe out the game.
That's a big one against them. That's a nice run.
Yeah.
But it was probably because of the hold. So Ashley just joined us.
So this is going to be 2nd and long.
She helped cover the volleyball tonight. Troy played 2 state-ranked teams. They fell short to Crawford, and she said just lost in 4 sets to Central Heights out of Nacogdoches. She said it's very competitive and hard-fought game. Brett, did the quarterback just say there's nothing there and go down?
There's nothing there, and like this will go down. I think it's fair to say is the most dominating performance we've had, because yes, last week was dominating by the offense. Tonight is more complementary football. It's more balanced domination. Look at Milton is 15 yards deep in coverage and staying on top of his route there and chasing it down in the air. So it brings up 4th and long, and Thrall's going to punt here.
4th and 17.
So Cohen catching back deep to return. So is Terrence Lucky. They were over there warming up like that. That series got over a little bit faster than they thought it was going to. And another low dribbler back to the punter who gets it off, and it looks like that's going to kind of tail out of bounds. So it goes out at maybe the 44-yard line. But look at Ketchum running on a sprint to try to get over there and maybe even catch it on a run. That's the thing, is with so much speed that we're able to have on our return teams, we're able to, if we catch something on a run, it's game over. So we're going to probably see some pretty vanilla offense the rest of the way here. We're not going to give away anything else. We got trips right on the short side of the field. Single coverage over here for Ketchum. He's running a long drag route.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. McMurtry rolls out, and how did he get that open? It looks like they might have run a deep crossing pattern, and Reed is wide open on the the sideline. But 41 yards. When the ball leaves his hand, when he's scrambling like that, it is so pretty in the air like that. That's hard to throw down when you're running full speed out of bounds, and he was being chased. He had to get rid of it quick. So we have trips left here. Smith up to the right, Terrence Lucky in the backfield. It's a 3-step drop. And again, toe taps in. Oh!
They're going to say no flag. I think they're going to get us for a hold anyway.
Oh, I think he was in. I don't think he bobbled it. I don't think it was. I think he kept it and he just held it in his hands. That looks like a. Well, it's coming back anyway, but that looks good from here, y'all.
It looked like a foot down and a toe tap with other foot.
Look at the moon.
First down, making it first and 20.
Okay, so that's going to back it up 10. Maybe makes it a little more fair here.
Oh, it's vanilla?
Vanilla, yeah. That is vanilla. All that is, I mean, that's
our offense.
That's the offense. Like,
I think maybe one more series, and that'll probably be it.
Yeah. It's going to be a give to Lucky up the middle.
Jaden Lucky had the ball for the Trojans. Travis Matthews with the tackle for the Tigers. A pickup of 6 yards, second down, 14.
I love getting these signals in from the sideline. You see Coach Smith and Fryman and Ledbetter down there, like, signaling in. Like, it's just got a neat feel to it, folks. Catch him in motion around the right side. It's going to be a give to Lucky, and he's going to break a couple tackles, but
yeah. There's another one.
Yeah, we have 2 flags on the field. Lucky on the carry.
So that second one, I believe, is for their coaching staff.
Yes.
Coming onto the field.
So refs are still talking to their coach over there because after that first one, he was out past the numbers, and I think that's when they threw another one. But it was definitely unsportsmanlike. So you know Thrall's probably frustrated though.
They are.
And
they are.
tired.
And you haven't, and they haven't had a lot to cheer for, but like their stands are.
They
like,
are.
It's pretty lackluster over there too. And we've been there before. Like it's
sideline interference.
Not this year, but
against Thrall.
So it looks like both of those are going to be enforced. One half to the distance, and then another half the distance, I believe. So it's going to take them a little while to mark this off. So 7:17 left to go in the third. It's going to bring up a first and goal from about the 7.5 yard line.
Now they'll do the other one though. Take it down inside
Sideline
the 5.
interference against Thrall.
Okay, so yeah, it's going to be. feel like this is maybe going to be a give to Lucky. That was McMurtry getting the play clock started up again, so it's not low. So good eyeing that. And that's going to be an out. Nice. Look how pretty that was. And
Yeah,
okay, now it's getting a little chippy out there.
Yeah, he yanked
We have another
his
flag
helmet
on
off.
the play.
Offsetting.
Yeah, this is the refs just trying to get in control of it here. I appreciate them doing that. It takes away Hill's touchdown, though, or was it after the play? It was after. Okay, dead ball. Okay, so going back to the touchdown, that's as simple for this offense as a give to, as a handoff. It's that automatic. And we can't say enough about the line because he's able to throw that without somebody just like right in his face.
But I mean, once Hill made the cut, as you said, the separation created.
And that's McKissick back there kicking. That's a McKissick back there. I see the number now. So the kick is up and good. That's going to bring the score 61, Troy, Thrall 7. And it was starting to get a little bit chippy there kind of toward the end. So we'll see kind of typically you see that come out on like a special team. So we'll see kind of what happens here.
Just real quick again, folks, while the referees are sort of talking to both coaches from each side, last night in the freshman game at Hutto, we had a Trojan football player that took a pretty serious injury, Jeremiah Itel. But anyway, I got with his dad today just to check on him and all that, and he said I could go on and make a comment about they appreciate all the thoughts and prayers that were sent their way. He did let me know while we were doing the first volleyball game tonight that an MRI was done, everything looked good, and so he was going to be released. So everybody continue with the thoughts and prayers for Jeremiah and the entire family. And going to miss seeing you out there on freshman football. But anyway, if anybody sees him out and about, just give him a hug and tell him we're going to continue praying. Anyway, Brett, you got it.
Well, we got another kickoff, so Tinoco's over there to kick off. It's going to be fair caught at the 26-yard line.
Jack Gustafson on the fair catch at the 26-yard line. First down and 10.
So we still have a lot of the first teamers out there.
But I see some a lot of players starting to filter in. I think we're going to start seeing that on offense as well.
Yeah. Oh, another snap, and the quarterback's just going down.
Straight down. Wow.
Walker with the ball.
And those snaps are, and I don't know if he's just not ready for him, but those snaps are, the last couple that he's kind of bobbled have hit him.
I know.
Hit him right there in front. So it moves him behind the chains again, 2nd and 16.
Oh, he found the open spot there.
Great tackle in open field by Valdez there.
That was completed to Tyler Ortiz. Ball at the
when he sits in the pocket like that, and that's the cleanest pocket he's had to throw from.
Right.
Like he that was a perfect
They pick up
hit
a
on the
22
slant there,
yards, first down
and a
and
great
4.
open field tackle by
Grayson
Valdez
Bogosh
there that came
on
up
the
and
tackle.
took out his legs. 1st and 10 for Thrall from their own 42. It's going to be a give around the right side. And that was a hold. They held Dalton there when he was trying to come off the edge there.
We have a flag
Yeah.
on the field.
You can tell Dalton, his jersey
yeah.
was pulled off his shoulder pad there, so that's going to back him up another 10 yards.
And that goes back to the quickness. They can't get a good block on us, and they end up reaching and grabbing, and that's what it does, create a hold.
Yeah, the lateral quickness by our entire defense is something that is pretty impressive, and that we're going to continue to need,
Holding against the
especially
Tigers
once we
will
get into district play.
Cost them 10 yards. So that'll make it first down.
And they're running the clock.
That might have been one of the discussions they had earlier at a break. So it's a running clock. So
Yeah. We haven't seen since that last series in the first half their main running back, that number 3.
I mentioned it in pregame. They were coming in 3-0, but I said just look at their schedule. They had not played anything as tough as what our schedule was.
Yeah.
And I think you can see it now because maybe what's been open their first 3 weeks
Yeah.
is not there available now.
Well, and I'll say this, and it's pretty obvious. This will you'll understand. Calhoun's hit on him has changed the way he's played.
Yes.
When that time when the pocket collapsed and Calhoun and I think Lopez Rodriguez was there, but it was really Calhoun that was there immediately. Like, that was a lick, and I ever since the way he's bobbled snaps and just gone down has been pretty telling.
It has.
We watch these offenses like, and so we think that there's just not a lot of physicality out there. There's a ton of physicality out there, and then when it happens in space, it can be some of the worst kind. The receiver almost found it there.
Ball. I think that was
Pass intended for Landon Gregory. We have a flag on the field, however.
That looked fairly clean to me.
Defensive pass interference.
Yeah, that's
So
Creel
we'll
out
add
there at
16
corner now
yards
playing.
to
He was the one in
previous
coverage
spot,
there, and it wasn't.
First down for the Tigers.
I think it was one of those kind of makeup calls, but I think it was also the way that the receiver had to adjust to the ball a little bit.
Right.
It made it easy for the ref to be able to call that. I'll say that.
So we'll move the ball out to the 47-yard line.
Well, so the clock's not running, so I don't know.
First down and 10.
I don't know. We'll see what's going on with the clock, folks. But we got 3:30 now. The clock's running. Left play in the third. And now that number 2's in the backfield. And Lopez Rodriguez trips him up behind the line of scrimmage. That's an effort play to be able to make that play there.
By Thomas Lopez Rodriguez.
Wow. The reaction.
No gain. 2nd and 10.
So they got trips right to the short side of the field. It's going to be a give to the back.
Whoa.
Bogosh's helmet comes off, but that's
Avery Gomez.
That's him making the tackle there too.
You see the back getting up slow?
Yeah.
Hitting.
Yeah.
Be sure and stop by the TEEF table and get your wristband for the giveaway that will occur.
Oh, it looks like we're bringing Milton, and they call him out. He gets picked up, and they get it out, and it's going to be short of the first here, barely. So it's going to bring up 4th and inches, maybe 4th and a yard. What are they going to do? They're going to go for it, obviously. Bogosh back in. Okay, who's coming out?
4th down and 1 for the Tigers.
So Bogosh and Tuck out there in the middle. That everybody's kind of walking up to the line, trying to get a hard clap, pull us off sides there. That's a pretty good hard clap too.
It is.
It's going to be a give, and he's gonna get enough for the first. Their line, when they still need to get a yard, their line is getting a push.
Excluding, I believe, one time in the first half. Like I say, that quarterback's pretty good about making that loud clap. We've flinched a couple times, but except the one penalty, we've been pretty composed.
They got a man in motion here, but it's gonna be an option. Well, that was like an RPO, and their quarterback's out.
Chance Parker on the quarterback keeper earns a first down. Tackle made by Grayson Bogosh. They pick up the 12 yards.
Haven't seen them run that much tonight. That was like a really good RPO play design, sending that man in motion over there. And this is going to be a give up the middle. And they're still running hard.
Avery Gomez carried for the Tigers.
Those last two rushes finally put them over 100 yards rushing. But I think we made it difficult for them to pass with 4 interceptions, and I think that completely took them out of their game plan.
Yeah. I mean, they saw how we just kind of sat back over coverage, and Dalton made him kind of have to throw around, and then Yezik comes up for a tackle for no gain there. That's just great. That's great complementary defense within the play itself, like Dalton jumping, Yezik diving to the ball. We're going to go to commercial during the quarter break and come back for a fourth quarter.
Count on 40 years of heating and cooling expertise with Randolph Heating and Air. Upgrade to a more efficient.
Okay, here we go. First play of the fourth quarter, and McKissick squeezes in there, gets his hand up at the last second. And look how far back we push them. Like, their quarterback has to retreat. Look, the line of scrimmage was the 12. That's like 10, 12 yards he has to retreat just to get a pass off, to get a 5-yard slant pass off. And he's throwing that from his heels. So even in the red zone, like, we're committed to getting a push. Quarterback rolls out to the right, and we got good pursuit coming.
Wow.
That's Bogosh on the edge and kind of just pushes him down with one hand, but he's going to pick up about 3 on the play, so it's going to bring up 4th down. No, maybe just 2 on the play. 4th and 7, 11:03 left in the 4th, clock running. Troy 61, Thrall 7.
Grayson Bogosh on the tackle on the last play. Timeout is called by Thrall.
I want to see us get a stop here because we're about to see the second unit of offense go in. I can see helmets off down there for a lot of the starters, and there's some playmakers on that second unit, and I want to kind of see them take a swing here. And this is huge too for defense to come up with a fourth, because this is still our first unit out there mostly, to get a stop here.
And you can tell Thrall, they're just trying to use as much clock as they can on that. Then they call timeout right before the play clock expires.
In certain games, like there's just, the tone is set so early. Not to exaggerate the importance of the first score, but in a lot of ways, this game was over after Cohen's punt return for a touchdown. It set
the mood for the entire game.
It was just rough. I mean, when you can put points on the board and have 2 defensive stops, and our explosive offense hasn't even touched the ball yet. Back to pass. Great job. Who was that on the deflection there? That was Dalton, it looks like. Oh, wait, no, that was Valdez there at the safety spot. He was having to cover, though. I think he might have had the guy in the slot that ran across, so he was in, like, man-to-man there.
The ball will go over on downs to the Trojans.
So here we go.
First down and 10, Troy.
Okay, we got new players out there. We got Ledbetter in the backfield, Valdez next to him. It's going to be a give to Valdez. He's going to take it around the left side.
Wow.
Get a pretty good push there. Gets probably about 8 yards on the play.
Peyton Valdez carried for the Trojans. Advances the ball to the 17-yard line. Second down and 2.
So, Brett, did you happen to get any other scores? If not, I'm going to look somewhere else.
The only one I had was Salado over Academy, 13-11, sort of an odd score at halftime. Another give to Valdez, and the line. Ooh, what was called there? All I saw is that was like an upright downstairs pancake there on the left side of the line there. But this line judge from all the way over here on our sideline threw the flag.
Sideline warning on Troy.
On Troy?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's no penalty.
But it's just a warning, so we get the down and distance applied, so that's going to be a first down for Troy. First and 10 from the 21-yard line
against the Trojans.
We're under 9 minutes left on the clock.
We're letting the play clock run all the way down.
It's another give to Valdez around the left side.
And look at him.
And he's
there's a penalty flag, and it's going to be on us. And then another one.
We got 2 flags on the field.
So it's starting to get a little chippy out there.
3 flags on the field.
A lot of extracurriculars down the field. That's sustained blocks like all the way back. Like that was one of their linemen that we had pushed back, I think initially as part of like a double team. And it just kind of peeled off one-on-one, a little more aggression there toward the end.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Troy. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Thrall.
So they're going to call offsetting unsportsmanlike.
Replay the down.
Unsportsmanlike fouls there. It's going to replay first and 10. And so far it's just been a give to Valdez around the left side, which I understand. Like what you want to do here is you want to keep it pretty vanilla. You don't want to give anything away, but you can run a lot of the offense with the second teamers here. I'm excited to see if we come out and maybe pass it a little. Oh, actually, so that down will count. So
Apparently
the
those
gain
were
of
dead ball
one,
fouls, so
the gain of one
they
will stand.
offset
So it's
at
going to
the
be
dead
second
ball
and
spot,
9.
so the down counts.
They haven't started the clock back up yet. We're at 8:17. They're about to get it going.
Second down and 9.
Okay, they blew it live. And this is going to be a quick. That was a quick pass out to Bogosh in the flat, but it's broken up.
Pass was intended for Grayson Bogosh, incomplete.
Over Riesel?
Over Riesel.
False start against the
Rockdale
Trojans will
is
cost them
leading
5 yards.
Giddings 26-7.
So the down
That
will
was the
remain
second
3.
quarter, so I'm sure they're further
Line
along
gain
now.
is 14
And that
yards.
just shows you how
Down the
strong
field.
Lexington is, because Lexington went into Rockdale last week and beat them 55-14 or something pretty impressive. Oh, bobbled snap. It's going to end up being a direct give. It's going to go down in the backfield. It's going to bring up 4th and long, so the punt unit comes out.
And McGregor trails Gatesville 48-7. In the third quarter, Salado over Academy 26-11. No, yeah, Cameron in Lorena. Cameron is up 14-12, third quarter.
McMurtry's punt is a good one. It's going to get almost out to the 50. It's going to be down because it starts rolling back a little bit there. So it's going to be down at the 46-yard line. Thrall will take over with 5:59 left in the fourth.
Down and 10. Congratulations to Chris Ashworth. Chris is the winner of the TEEF blanket drawing tonight. Thank you for your support of the TEEF and Troy ISD.
In Rogers.
Congratulations, Chris Ashworth.
But I think that covers pretty much all of our district opponents, except Franklin. I'll see if I can find that one.
That's the one I'm interested in. Here we go, Thrall and shotgun. They still have their number 4 in at quarterback, and he's making a couple cuts. He gets about a 15-yard gain on first down. It's going to move the chains.
Tackle made by Thomas Lopez Rodriguez. At the 31-yard line, a 16-yard pickup and a first down for the Tigers.
And he's going to throw deep, and he's going to have a man. Their wide receiver on the far right gets behind our corner and catches it in the end zone there pretty cleanly. That was one of the another one of the better balls that their quarterback's thrown tonight. So with 5:11 left to play, Thrall with a PAT try with a left-footed kicker. I didn't notice this earlier. And it's low. And actually goes off the back of one of the Thrall players and is downed.
The extra point is not successful, so that makes
so Troy set to receive again.
61 for Troy, 13 for the Tigers.
And they ended up having to find Salina to just get another non-district game. I think they were number 1 in 4A.
They were.
Halftime score was Salina 52, Franklin 14. But I mean, hey, to say, hey, we'll play them, you got to give Franklin a lot of credit.
You do. You do. And beggars, champions can't be choosers. Like they have a singular goal in mind this year, and in a few weeks we're going to be in the way of that goal. So that's going to be a fun night, though. That Cameron Lorena score is somewhat telling. Cameron might be coming into form a little bit, like in time for district. But if you look at it, look at the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year in our district. Again, arguably the toughest district in the state. Us and Cameron. And McGregor, but us and McGregor doesn't look like they have a chance to make it. Cameron and I would say we have a very strong chance at this point, but
they're on sale for half price.
Nothing is given, and that's the beauty of this. You got to play the games. So Thrall set to kick off here. Looks like they might try another onside, and they don't. They actually kick at second level here, and it's going to be fielded by Fryman. Oh, no, is that Ryder? That was Summer. That was Summer. Some of these numbers, the 28-20, it's kind of hard to tell a difference sometimes. I think that's why I like the white jersey a little bit better. I think the maroon pops a little bit more. So yeah, running clock here, or I don't know if that's on purpose, but clock is running, 4:45 and counting.
Hunter Fryman.
Oh no, they just took some more seconds off the clock there. Okay, so
Trojans at
here we
the
go.
35-yard line.
Okay, so here we go, 1st and 10 from the 35.
They got it running again now.
Yeah. Ledbetter in shotgun again. Valdez next to him. And it's going to be a give to Valdez around the left side. Might have got one on the play.
Carries for Troy. Tackle made by C.J. Helm.
Bogosh in at running back now. Relieving Valdez for a play. Set up to the left of Ledbetter.
Oh, we moved.
We jumped on offense there.
We have a flag on the field. False start against Troy will cost them 5. So the down will remain the same. 2nd and 15.
Oh, look at him! Oh,
there he goes. Nice. 59-yard gain by Ledbetter on that play there. Hard tackle at the end,
Valdez
but he gets right up. And
a 58-yard run for Troy. Tackle made by Eric Smith.
Let's punch it in one more time here. 2:50 left to play, clock running. Snap to Ledbetter. It's going to be a give to, looks like that's Summer over to that side. And looks like that's Summer. Is it from?
Into the end zone for 6 points for Troy.
Summer in for the score there. Okay, McKissick back for another PAT try. Creel to hold this time. It's even good to get some of the backups in on special teams like this to try certain things. And the kick is up and good again.
Yeah, it's going to be another penalty flag on the field
after the play.
They had Bogush's place there.
Yeah, okay, who's that over there? Okay.
Michael McKissick's extra point is successful, held by Tucker Creole. Unsportsmanlike
So
conduct
I think I might
against
sign off here and let Kyle close the game out here so I can get out to the 5th quarter.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
So 2:17 left, Troy up 68-13 over Thrall, but a great week 4 game. That first quarter was so exciting and just like relentless. Like it was over by the end of the, honestly, with 7-8 minutes left to go in the first. It was, I think at that point we already had a 21-0 lead.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, Brent,
against
because y'all
Thrall.
have kids showing
So
up,
we'll
so
move
we get out
15
there.
yards.
So,
Cool, I'm
anyway,
gonna sign it off to Kyle here. Do your thing.
Make the trip with us to Maple.
Oh yes,
All right.
oh yes. Okay.
So with a 15-yard unsportsmanlike mark-off against Thrall, we will be kicking it from the Thrall 45-yard line. So I'd probably expect to see Tinoco. He'll probably just go on and drive it to the end zone. He's going to do that, and now they're going to field it at the 2. Oh, and Lucky just... Oh, but they're bringing the return back.
Landon Gregory with a 90-plus yard touchdown run for the Tigers.
So Thrall will line up for the extra point kick. Kick is on the way and good.
The extra point by
So with 150 left here in the
Alejandro
fourth quarter,
Estrada is successful.
Troy
And that
leads
makes the score
68-20.
20 for
And I tell you
Thrall,
what, we're going to go to a
68
commercial
for
break
Troy.
real quick, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back for the Thrall kickoff. I'm sure they're going to be maybe trying an onside. The game is out of reach, but they're probably just trying to work on some stuff for later on in the season. There it comes, a high kick. Oh, that's going to be a tough one. We pick it up after we lose it, but we pick it up and bring it out to the 38-yard line. So Troy will be out there probably just run the ball, take the clock down to zeros, and get ready to play Maypearl next week. That'll be the final non-district tune-up before an open week, and then facing Franklin at home. So we will make the trip to Maypearl. Oh, snap gets by us. We're just going to go back and fall on it. That'll be a loss of about 17 yards. We plan on having Trojanet Volleyball Tuesday night at home as they play their last non-district game against Blum. That'll be Tinoco on the carry. He's going to pick up about 8 yards on the play. Clock is under 1 minute. So it looks like we're going to get in victory formation, just taking the... Yeah, they're getting the referees in there. Just make sure nothing happens unnecessary. So the clock is down to 25. Oh, snap is high. We're just going to go back and fall on it, and that will be it. So we'll hang around for the school zone. We want to thank everybody for watching. Trojan football moves to 4-0. Offense is electric, and the defense, they fly around to the ball, and they will hit you.
68 for the Trojans and 20
you could
for
really
the
see it
Crawl
tonight.
Tigers.
Crawl came in with a high flying
On behalf of the entire
offense as
French
well.
crew, this
We
is Jeff
pretty much
Bigben,
shut it down in
voice
the
of
first
Troy
half with
Trojan
3
football,
interceptions and a
reminding
fumble.
you, spend time
And we
with your
took them out of
kids.
their game
It's
plan
the
pretty
best
quick.
investment you'll ever
And
make.
we pretty much just went on cruise control by halftime. Put 41 on the board the first half. It was 41-7, and they quickly went on and cut the scoreboard off. Classy move. But anyway, it'll be Colin Robbins signing off, and we're going to end y'all with the Troy School song. Oh, crap. He had to go out for the 5th quarter. I'll have it at my house tomorrow. No. I thought about when you got up, I said, I wonder if he took it off.